What's up, guys? It's your boy Zowoki back at with another movie review. And last night, I should have made this last night, but I had to go to bed. I was too tired. But we're gonna look into the review of Venom: The Last Dance. But before we go any further, if you guys could do me a solid favor and subscribe to my YouTube channel by hitting that wiper icon down at the bottom right, hit that bell icon next to it. So when I do post videos like this one, you guys will get that little ring notification that I've posted that video, and then you guys can watch, comment, like, and share. And again, thank you guys all for the love and support. With that being said, let's get into this. This one's going to be a non-spoiler in the beginning and a spoiler at the end, and I'll let you know when I'm going to transverse into the spoilers. So for those that don't want to watch it and watch the movie first and then see the review, I will let you know. So starting off the bat, I can tell you I am a Venom fanatic, okay? I love Venom. My logo is a Venomized werewolf, okay? So Venom has been my villain, like, icon for years. So I'm going to give you my honest opinion, okay? Of a 1 to 10 scale and so forth like that. Tom Hardy, love Tom Hardy. I'm trying to make sure I do this so I don't spoil it. Tom Hardy does a fantastic job at being Venom. I loved it. I want more of it. I'm a little sad that this is the conclusion of the trilogy of Venom. The way that I went into this movie was being excited and so forth. I can honestly say I left the movie theater still excited. I've seen a lot of people with their conflictions about how this one went, that it was a big pile of doo-doo. I enjoyed it. The only thing I would say is I felt like it was rushed. In the hour and 49 minutes that this movie had, I felt like it was the end part of a movie. Does that make sense? Where the beginning, we got some introductions to some new characters, and I just felt like the backstory of them were just like boom, bang, boom, 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 and then we're like, oh, okay. I just felt like it could have done an extra. It could have been better if it had an extra 30 minutes. On a 1 to 10 scale, I would give it an 8, 7.5 to 8. The reason why is because I felt like that 30 minutes could have made this movie even better. There was a couple, like, people don't realize Venom talking to Eddie and Eddie talking to Venom is part of his character. And people are like, well, it got annoying. Like, how would it be annoying if a character that were split would talk to each other? These two are actually combined. So when them talking together and they're like, oh, it was more or less too goofy. Like, Venom is a lethal protector. He's an anti-hero. He's kind of like Deadpool. But Deadpool is a little bit more Deadpool's I can't say that he's like Deadpool, but he is like Deadpool in certain aspects. But people, when they sit there and say, when I've watched the reviews, because I watched the reviews this morning before I made mine, just to kind of see if we're conflicting, if we're the same and stuff like that. And I would say that a lot of them were just like, oh, I hate this. I didn't like it. It was garbage. I don't know why it was garbage. Like, watching Venom 1, 2, and 3, I loved them. I loved all of them. I think that Marvel has put a big, huge drive for just like epicness at all times with Avengers Endgame and the Avengers Infinite Warfare, or not Infinite Warfare, Infinity War and stuff like that. And it's really high up there now. And all these movies got to try and compete with that spot when they don't have to compete with that spot. It took how many years to get to Avengers Endgame and Avengers Infinity War? Now, if this was back in the 90s, like when Blade had 1, 2, and Blade Trilogy, the trilogy of the Blade, like, if Blade came out now, I think people would just dog it. And it's like, it's first of all, it's a different character. Not everybody's going to agree with this character. I just feel like they put Venom up on this pedestal compared to like Avengers quality. It's not going to be that way. I didn't feel that it was conflicted or confusing. My dad went with us, and of course my dad doesn't know comics or characters like myself. Like, I'm driven into this stuff. I read the comics, I watch the movies, the animated series and stuff like that. And there was a couple of things that were confusing to him when it came to characters that he didn't know. That's why I think that the 30 minutes of extra time could have developed certain characters a little bit more, so like my dad would have been able to understand it a little bit better. So, spoiler warning now for those that want to leave and wait until you watch the movie. I'm giving you a 5-second window to leave and come back when you've watched the video. All right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have been warned. Spoiler warning ahead. Now, again, this movie was fantastic. The characters, the Venom, or not the Venoms, the symbiotes, or the symbiotes, and stuff like that were fantastic. I love that there was almost a small symbiote war between the xenophages, xenophore, I can't remember how you can pronounce them. I don't know why they didn't like them. I wish there was more to the battle. The battle was click, done, bam, boom. I wish there was more fighting with the symbiotes. We have 2 post-credit scenes. We have one where we see Null. Null is pissed. Null is ready to be released from his symbiote tomb. And I'm definitely excited to see what that's going to happen. Now, looking at the end credit scene after the credits, which is 10 minutes long, so bear with me, or bear with the credits. I didn't think it was going to be that long, but we see a cockroach crawl up some rocks, and we see a little vial where the cockroach goes to it, and we see a little lightning bolt, but the cockroach is venomized. So I wanted not a lot of people notice that the cockroach is venomized. So Venom is not gone. Unfortunately, a lot of people think that Venom is dead because he dropped acid on himself after he enveloped all these xenophages to destroy the threat that could have destroyed the world. But at that end credit scene, we see a cockroach that was venomized, and then it hits this little lightning bolt because Agony is still alive as well. The only 2 symbiotes that were left at the end were Agony and Venom. So I'm hoping we see somewhat of that to return. We also see Eddie Brock in New York City. Where else, or who else is in New York City? The Avengers, aka Spider-Man. So I'm hoping with all the leaks and the information and the plot twists and the connections, the cohesiveness is going to show that Venom and Spider-Man will have their day, because Tom Holland just confirmed that Spider-Man 4 will be there. I'm thinking what's going to happen, and I'm hoping this happens, is we're going to see Tom Holland encased in the black suit, symbiote suit. I'm hoping. I'm going to look more into it, but I think that's what's going to happen. Again, I don't necessarily know, but again, we see Tom Holland's in New York. Now Tom Hardy's in New York. I really want Sony to start listening to their fan base. If they start listening, because I can't say that Sony has had great movies. They have, but they've also had some bad ones. I feel like Madam Web could have been somewhat of an epic movie, and they didn't make it very good. Craven's coming out in December. I'm hoping they don't drop the ball on that one. We've seen some other movies that have not done well. I thought Morbius was really good. It wasn't like jam-packed with action, but I feel like it was a good origin story of how Morbius got there. The Venom and stuff like that. I just wish Sony would listen to their people. So if they listened to them and what they wanted, they could make some epic movies. And yeah, so with that being said, again, I say a 7.5 to 8 in this movie franchise of the trilogy. Let me know if you guys agree, disagree. Keep the comments spoiler free, please, for those that have not seen the movie quite yet. Give it a couple weeks, and then you guys can start posting the spoilers and so forth like that. Please take care, be safe, keep nerding on, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.